Today's our topic is human skeleton. Human skeleton can be divided into two parts, axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. Number one, axial skeleton. The axial skeleton includes the skull, the vertebrae, ribs, and the sternum. Skull. It is made up of cranium and facial bones. The cranium consists of 8 bones, 4 unpaired and 2 paired, which protect the brain. Parietal and temporal are the paired bones, whereas frontal, occipital, sphenoid, and ethmoid are unpaired bones. Besides that, there are 14 facial bones, of which 6 are paired and 2 unpaired. The paired facial bones are maxilla, zygomatic, nasal, lacrimal, palatine, and inferior concha, while the unpaired facial bones are mandible and vomer. Vertebral column. Vertebral column extends from the skull to the pelvis to form backbone, which protects the spinal cord. Normally, the vertebral column has four curvatures, which provide more strength than does the straight column. The vertebral column consists of 33 vertebrae. The vertebrae are named according to the location in the body, viz. Cervical, thoracic, lumbar, and pelvic. The cervical vertebrae include seven vertebrae which lie in the neck region. The first two cervical vertebrae are atlas vertebrae and axis vertebrae. There are 12 thoracic vertebrae located in the thoracic region, 5 in the lumbar region, and 9 in the pelvic region, which form two sets, sacrum and coccyx. Sacrum is formed by the fusion of anterior 5 vertebrae, whereas coccyx is formed by the fusion of 4 posterior vertebrae. Rib cage. It is composed of 12 pair of ribs that articulate with the thoracic vertebrae. 10 of them connect anteriorly with sternum, either directly or through the costal arch. The lower two pair of ribs are called the floating ribs because do not attach to the sternum. The rib cage provides support to a semi-vacuum chamber called the chest cavity. Number 2, appendicular skeleton. Appendicular skeleton consists of the pectoral girdle and appendages, forelimbs and pelvic girdle, and appendages, hind limbs. The pectoral girdle and forelimb. Pectoral girdle comprises scapula, suprascapula, and clavicle. The clavicle connects scapula with sternum. The forelimb consists of humerus, radius, and ulna, 8 carpals, 5 metacarpals, and 14 phalanges. Humerus forms ball and socket joint with scapula, while at distal end humerus forms hinge joint with radius and ulna. The radius and ulna at the distal end form multi-stage joint with 8 rest bones called carpals. 5 metacarpals form the framework of palm of the hand. 5 rows of the phalanges are attached to the metacarpals and they support the fingers. Pelvic girdle and hind limb. Pelvic girdle attaches the hind limb to the vertebral column. It consists of two coxal bones. Each is formed by the fusion of three bones, ilium, ischium, and pubis. The pelvic girdle supports the pelvic region. The hind limb consists of one femur, two tibia and fibula, seven tarsals, five metatarsals, and 14 phalanges. Femur is the proximal bone which forms a hip joint with the hip bone. It is a ball and socket joint. At the distal end, the femur forms knee joint with the proximal end of two parallel bones called tibia and fibula. The distal end of the tibia and fibula forms a joint with seven tarsals, which are also distally attached to five metatarsals, bones of ankle. 5 rows of 14 phalanges of the toes are attached to the metatarsal.